Live. Thanks for being here. My name's Tim.
I'm Kim. Thanks for being here. We love this time where we get to celebrate, we get to update on what's happening in the life of Mosaic, and thanks for being here and being a part of it.
So this past Sunday, June 6th, right? That was right. Okay, that happened. That really happened, yes. June 6th happened, and it was a great Sunday. A lot of us were able to be in person in the building, and then a lot of us were logging in and checking out just online still from home, and then maybe others just watched afterwards. But what a great opportunity for us all to be in the building, singing together, celebrating together. We did something special. We did a graduation Sunday, which we've never done before, but with all of graduations less than they're normally able to be, we wanted to do a little extra thing to celebrate. And what we did is we celebrate not only those that are graduating, 8th graders, high schoolers, we had some college students, some grad students, and celebrated all of them, but also had leaders that have invested in all of those students over the years up. And it was just a really, really special time for us to celebrate. So that was great. And then I had cake and ice cream afterwards outside. So we also kicked off
Awesome volunteers.
Oh, yes.
Came and served.
Thank you. Made that happen, set it up, served us all, cleaned up afterwards.
It was fun.
It was a great, it was great. It was busy, a lot going on. It was a lot of fun. I was going to say we also kicked off our summer series that we're calling Prayers of Renewal, and just asking for God to do a new work in us individually, in our church, and in our city and world as well. So that happened last Sunday. This Sunday and the rest of June, we're in our house gatherings and online. And so if you're not in a house gathering, would invite you to jump into one. Many of our house gatherings are starting to pivot and to go in person. And so the one I'm a part of, we've been the last 2 times we met in May, we were in a park. One of those was a little chilly. One of those was just perfect. We're going to improve it on the next one, I hear, by bringing donuts. And so that'll even be better. But yards and in parks and that kind of thing. Others are still doing just Zoom for now. But if you're not in one, invite you to jump into one. But certainly we're still at 10 a.m. online as well.
Yeah, it's just making me think as you're saying that, we're on first Sundays we're in the building together, and then we're part of these house gatherings that meet the rest of the month and out in different areas. And just Mosaic, we love that we get to be a church that, in spite of challenges and hardships, we get to experience different joyful ways of meeting together. It's I'm part of one that meets in a park and is going to have donuts and this Sunday, and it's just so fun to experience, like, oh, here's what it's like to meet in a totally different way, but in just as meaningful of a way. Yeah, I love it. The Sunday was so fun, and I got to have a son up there who has had leaders invest in him. And one of the beautiful things is these leaders came up and they put their hands on their shoulders and they prayed over them, and I just had this gratitude for that life of leaders investing in our youth. And even tonight they're having a fancy dress-up party to celebrate the end of the year, and the kids are so excited about it. It's 6th to 12th grade, appetizers and desserts. There's suits, ties, dresses. I mean, I'm getting pictures from other parents. It's just such a blast. So thanks to the youth for doing just an amazing job. One of the things we want to celebrate is we were up sharing a couple weeks ago, and we were experiencing just a need for people to respond in generosity to where we were at with giving and where we were at with our budget. And people did that, and we want to celebrate that. And we just also want to say thank you. We saw a number of people sign up for new giving. We saw a couple of people gave above and beyond. We had one large gift come in, and there was just this joy at now in June to get to tell you, Mosaic, we actually, for the first time in several months, have finished just above what we had projected. And so thank you. That is so awesome. We've been praying for this. We've been talking about it. And just to be a people who are responding in that way it just brings such joy. So thank you.
Well, and just responsiveness. I mean, one of the things that we've been able to celebrate for the last year and a half is just God's provision for Mosaic. But as Kim said, just being able to share that with you a couple weeks ago, and we as a church responded, and just so great to celebrate. So thank you.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we are moving into the last month of our fiscal year. So June finishes that. Then we start a new fiscal year. And we would just love to finish this year strong. So finish this year continuing to respond to God, to respond to what he's doing and where he's leading us, and then also inviting Mosaic. As you respond, would you respond in generosity? And so help us finish this year strong.
As we do wind down this fiscal year, so end of June is the end of our fiscal year, and we start the new one. What we always do is just take time, and we did this on Sunday and played a video, and so hopefully you've watched it. If you haven't, please go on the website and watch it. It's just a great way to celebrate what God has done in and through us as a church this past year, and so it's about a 3.5-minute video. It's part of our annual update. And then the other thing that is on our website now that you can read through is just a bunch of information of what has happened this past year. So there's the video, and then just kind of in graphic form, it tells the story a bit of what we've seen God do in this year. And so take a few minutes, read through that. It's just great to celebrate that and to be able to look back and pause for a minute and go, wow, God is working in significant ways. And there's a lot of stuff that happened in a very bizarre year.
Yes.
So take a look at that. The other thing that goes along with that is that we've got a new potential board member that we're in process. For those of you that are partners at Mosaic and you've walked through that process, if you don't know what that is, being a partner of Mosaic is just a way to formalize and say, I'm a part of this church family and I want to take on this level of ownership and engagement. And so if you are a partner, you got a separate email already that's got all that info in it, and we've got a process of affirming right now, and so that's on the website as well. And this is actually just a shout out to partners as well. If you didn't click affirm for Bree Roberts, our new potential board member, please go and do that. Read about her, pray about it, and then click affirm if you feel good about doing that and can do that. And then Heidi Mays is one for our nominating committee. And so those two are ones that we're affirming in these weeks right now, and want to have that wrapped up by the end of June. But all that is online. Do that. The other thing that we're doing is tomorrow night at 7 p.m., myself, Adam Harvey, and Kim are going to be on a Zoom call just to answer any questions about this past year and all of the update information that we've shared and all that's going on and where we're headed. And if you got a question, we just want to be available for an hour, 7 to 8 tomorrow night on Zoom, and that's on our website as well. And you can find that and click on there, and we'd love to join you. And yeah, if you really don't like Zoom and are just dead set against ever getting on Zoom or understanding it, I can feel your pain. I understand you, and you can send us an email. So that's your option for now, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. Or July 4th, grab us. But yeah, so that's tomorrow night if you got any questions. Is that right?
Yes, tomorrow night at 7
anything?
o'clock. You know, the only thing I'm thinking here is that if you see these updates intermittently and you want to get them more consistently, so every week we do one of these, sign up for our Mosaic Weekly. We have a weekly newsletter that goes out with information about what's happening, and it has sign-up links, it has registration links, it has all of the times and dates and all of the information, and the video will be posted. This video comes out again in the Mosaic Weekly, and the video that we showed on Sunday will come out there as well.
Wow.
So
Lots
it's
of stuff
great
going
time to sign up for that.
One thing we do want to do, thank you for listening to all of this, by the way, but one thing we do want to do is just pause right now and just thank God for who he is and how he has provided for us and how he's worked in us. And again, watching that video on Sunday and reading through all of the information that tells our story this past year, you can't help but be grateful to all that God's done. And so, Kim, would you do that right now?
Yeah.
Would you pray and
I'd
just
love
thank
to.
God?
Yeah, thank you. Oh, Jesus, we just come before you with hearts that are awed by who you are and what you have done. We could not have anticipated in our wildest dreams what this year would be. And in that same vein, we could not have anticipated how incredibly you led us, how incredibly you provided for us, and what you have done in and through us. And so just being a part of God's people throughout time who, as they orient to the future, look back on what you have already done. We do that. We do that now, and we do it with hearts of gratitude. We are so thankful for the leaders that you raised up to pastor people in the Mosaic community. We are so grateful, God, for the connections and the growth that happened, the growth that happened in people as they went deeper in connections with each other and with you in community. Jesus, we're so thankful that we got to be a church that responded to needs in our city, to needs in our state with wildfires, people who needed diapers, people who needed help caring for foster kids. We thank you so much that we have been able to be a church that has been able to incorporate the house gathering of the Shepherd's Door women and children who we just adore. God, we thank you that you not only sustain us, but our cups overflow because of who you are and what you do. You're a God of abundance, and we are so grateful for you. So we give you all praise and honor and glory, and we eagerly anticipate more moments of worship and praise of you. Thank you, Jesus. Amen.
Thanks. Thanks for